Well, it's been about a week since I've uploaded anything. I kind of decided that, when I made this channel, I kind of decided that I don't really want to force anything. I kind of want to wait and talk about things that come into my mind, come into my heart, things that I feel like could benefit people. So I don't want to force anything with this channel and with this message. I kind of want it to just be natural, and I wanted to just be authentic. So, but I guess in the physical reality, I've been maybe going through a little bit of like a funk, I guess, a mental funk, spiritual funk, whatever you want to call it. And there's I wouldn't really say that I've been depressed, but there's been that kind of general feeling, and I don't really know why. Sometimes it just happens. But I think the really beautiful and helpful thing about non-dual teachings, and just this overall message, is that it really helps you to see that you are not depressed, that you are not a depressed person, but that depression is just there, right? Or sadness, or whatever the heavy emotion might be. And like today's a rainy day. It's kind of a perfect metaphor for that. It's like, the rain in the sky is not an actual problem that needs to be solved. It just is what it is. The weather is just happening. There's nothing that I need to do about it. I don't need to try to jump up in the sky and make the rain go away and make it sunny. It's rainy out, so it's just rainy. So I think that's, at least for me, as someone who has struggled with mental health issues throughout my whole life, and thankfully I'm at a place in my life where that doesn't really bother me or affect me anymore. But I have experienced struggles with that, and a lot of different things have helped me in that. But I think this teaching really comes to fruition with, it's like when you're having a bad day or bad moments, or all these really negative, heavy thoughts appear, you see it more as the clouds in the sky. You see it as more as something that's appearing in your consciousness. It's appearing in front of you. It's appearing within you, but it's not you. You are not depressed. You are not angry. You're not whatever. There is depression. There is anger. And I think for some people, saying that isn't really helpful. If you don't have kind of a baseline, understanding or view from a non-dual perspective, then saying something like that is just kind of dismissive and maybe like even disrespectful. So I think, things like therapy and medication and, physical exercise, diet, talking to people like peer groups or counseling groups, whatever, all that kind of stuff, all that kind of traditional treatments for depression, I think are helpful, because some people are just so stuck in the character, right? Which I can totally relate to, right? I'm sure we can all relate to that. Nobody comes out of the womb awakened. Nobody lives, well, maybe there's some, super special people out there, but most of us don't live every second of every day awakened. A lot of us have moments of getting trapped back in the character. So, you can have that compassion for people who are trapped in the character, and saying something like, saying something like, don't you realize that you're not depressed, that you're the one witnessing the depression? A lot of times that's actually not helpful for people. So, I think it's important to have compassion for those who are stuck in those things, and to have compassion for yourself when you're stuck in it, because you probably will be stuck in it at some point. And if you're not, hey, God bless you, but a lot of us will be. So, yeah, I think it's important to put it all in perspective. And yeah, when you have a bad day, if you have a bad day or bad moments where you're just trapped in the character, you're trapped in the depression, you're buying into all these thoughts, you're buying into these beliefs that things are terrible and things are never going to get better, whatever the thought you might be buying into, it's important to have compassion for yourself, beating yourself up for it and feeling guilty about it, non-duality and awareness presence isn't really about trying to be perfect or trying to do anything. It already is what it is, and there's nothing that you can do to put yourself out of it. You just remember, and you just come back, and you realize that you were dreaming and that you got caught in the dream, but the dreamer was always there. So kind of rambling, but I've been kind of contemplating and going back and forth with this channel, exactly how I want to go about it. Part of me wants the videos to be more like polished and edited, and edit out all the empty space and the dead air, and make it more kind of trimmed down. And then the other part of me wants to just film a video like this and just post it, which I think I'll do for this one at least, and have it be more raw and real. I realized a lot of times when I was filming videos before, I was kind of like pre-scripting it in my head a little bit, kind of going over what I wanted to say in my head. But I think going forward, I'm just gonna, if a topic comes to mind, I'm not gonna rehearse it in my head. I'm just gonna go for it, and just try to let the beingness speak through me as much as possible. So that's my plan going forward for this channel. Yeah, if there's anybody out there that's feeling that trapped in their illusions, right? Just don't beat yourself up too much. Get whatever help you need. Go see a doctor, go take medication, go for a run, whatever you feel like you need to do. Talk to somebody, but just don't beat yourself up for it. And don't feel like, if you're interested in this non-dual path, if you're interested in this way of life, right? You don't need to feel like you failed somehow if you go do those things, right? Did you fail because you woke up and ate breakfast this morning? Your body, which, yes, your body's an illusion, but your body needed food, right? If you woke up and breathed, did you fail somehow because you took breaths? Like, the characters are just characters, but the characters need to do what they need to do to live and to survive and to feel happiness and whatever. So it's all an illusion and it's all not. So that's the beautiful paradox about all of this. But I realize that I've been yapping, so I guess I'll let you go. Hope you have a great day. Peace.